And hello, very good evening from Powerflower Trades and Blades. It's 7 p.m. on Friday, and after the release of Crewe to Preston yesterday from Just Trades, I thought we'd give this a bit of a run. So the plan will be we'll do a Class 86 run from Crewe to Preston and take in Warrington, Quay and Wigan. And then I think we'll do an MGR coal hopper working from Bickershaw Colliery to Fiddler's um, to the power station, Fiddler's Ferry, and let's get going. So, hope you're all well this evening. It's a warm one, not massively sunny here in Staffordshire. It was earlier on, but it's actually kind of gone downhill a little bit. In fact, we had a tiny bit of rain a little while back, but it's been essentially a gorgeous day. And if you bought this route, hope you're really enjoying it. It's pretty good. Well, it's very good actually. It's quite intensive, I think, in terms of the performance on your PC. It's quite heavy going, and so I've not had a chance to really give it a proper run yet and actually go full end to end. So we might still have the shaders loading in a little bit, but we'll see how we go anyway. So let's get the game started up, and then we'll get going with a Class 86 run to begin with. Good evening, Seb. You're first in the chat. Hope you are well. But again, I think Just Trains have done that magnificent job that they always do. We know that detail-wise, it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and they put a lot of effort into it. And I think this is arguably the most intensive route that they've ever produced. I mean, Blackpool Branches was good, Preston Carlisle was good, but this has kind of got even more to it, and the huge area in and around Crewe, but not least to say as well that the big areas in and around Warrington and Wigan as well. So it is really busy throughout. Yeah, so far you are, Seb. Yeah, just takes time. I mean, we're only a few minutes in, and of course, you know, it's a bit different than the normal streaming time, of course, Seb, with Sunday. So takes a little bit of time for people to acclimatise, but I'm sure people will join us pretty soon. But yeah, another fabulous route, and I mean, I think it's one of those that will appeal particularly to the older person that will remember the British Rail Blue and the Intercity era. But for anybody that doesn't, it's kind of like a little bit of recent history, and it's fascinating because the railways it's kind of like everything's changed, but nothing's changed. You know, you look at Crewe and very, very recognisable, but there's still plenty of things that have altered, and certainly with the rolling stock and the traction, things have changed massively. So I would have done this last night, but I'm kind of a little bit fed up with the hassle of trying to get a stream going on release night. Now, it might be a bit easier in future, and this should be the last stream that I have using just a normal internet connection, because I've gone for Pete's Starlink. So hopefully if we can get that hooked up and it's working, all being well, on Sunday we should have the advantage of having a better signal, and I'll be able to increase the settings a bit. Good evening, Dom. Yeah, I'm brilliant, thanks. Hope you are well. So here we go. West Coast Main Line, Crewe to Preston. So let's say this is the plan. We'll start off with an 86.4 run, and then we'll do a Crewe to Preston, and then we'll do a merry-go-round hopper working. And I'm not going to do the whole thing about loading because it takes ages. But we'll do that for a few minutes, and then we'll kind of complete the run. We'll see how we go on with the unloading at Fiddler's Ferry. I'm going to start off with the electric blue livery because I absolutely love it, to be fair. So we're going to do this one, I think, 1S61, Cardiff Central to Glasgow Central, which is the 1102. Yeah, if either of you got the route then yet, Dom or Seb, and I'm sure you've seen a fair bit of it as well, even if you haven't, with the videos that have been coming out thick and fast. Yeah, it has. It's felt like ages, hasn't it? Right, yeah, definitely agree. I'm glad you've got it. Yeah, it's absolutely agree. And as I say, on my oldish computer, it's a little bit testing, but then I can sympathise with that, because I think with Crewe, you've kind of not just got the bits north of Crewe. There's, you know, they've got the bits south going out a little bit, so. It's very, very testing with all the yards and everything, but I think it'll settle down. But yeah, agree with you. Yeah, completely is another masterpiece, and I think it must have been a nightmare to create the timetable. There's so much. It's not just about this being a passenger route either. There's so much freight, so we'll do a lot more freight on Sunday as well, I think. But we've kind of almost got Sunday mapped out, because I think we're set to do I'd like to do a Crewe to a Blackpool service on Sunday. Absolutely love that livery. I think it's incredible. Right, so before we get the train going, then we need to crouch down a bit, so as we navigate our way to put the DVD on. At least I'm getting used to this. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really is fascinating. The area is just so busy. You know, I mean, Preston to Carlisle was good, but it's, you know, this is really is busy, and you do feel so much that you're in the industrial heartland as well. Actually, let's get going with the doors unlocked. Yeah, headlight, that's fine, isn't it? So we're just waiting for departure time, about 30 seconds away. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, both Warrington, Quay and Wigan North Western, of course, all the extra stuff going on at Preston as well, and fabulous as well that Josh has come out with the updated timetable for Preston as well. So we've now got a busy one on Blackpool branches with the electrics coming in and out. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've already become accustomed to be able to go southbound, but now we can go northbound, and I think that Fluky chap is already beginning to talk about doing a. There we go. There's the whistle. I think he's already talking about doing a modern day timetable. First time I've properly again heard the announcements. Now, again, people will, I think, moan like anything, and they'll say, "Well, actually, you wouldn't hear that from the cab. You'd only hear that in the carriage." But I don't massively mind about that. Good evening, Southwestern. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Hope you're well. Just been reading up on the. Oh, I've not heard about that. Is that something that's happened today, Southwestern? Good evening, Train Spotting D. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's all. I think the idea is they've tried to do it to make it sound as much as they can as though this is just the guard speaking rather than a sort of an automated announcement. So I didn't actually realise I picked a non-stop to Preston either, but there we go. And I think as well, I've not really heard the announcement sounds at Crewe yet, but again, they've tried to capture a non-automated sound to it. I mean, some people have said, oh, they still sound a bit robotic, but the way that it's kind of done, that's inevitable. Ah, okay, Southwestern, yeah. Yeah, very much so, Southwestern. Completely agree with you. I think to have a mix and match would be brilliant, because I would really enjoy the idea of a 1980s timetable where you could actually do the full run from Euston through to Carlisle set in the 80s, and as you say, having the equivalent to do it in the modern day as well. That would be really nice too. So, you know, I can live with the fact that the eras are not going to be 100% perfect. It doesn't matter. It's kind of, it really doesn't matter. See the, I think it's the independent lines coming in from the left. So they are where you'd come in from if you're doing working from Crewe Brasford Hall going northbound. I think that's Crewe Coal Yard signal box there as well. Good evening, Delhi. Hope you're well. Yeah, fantastic. Good to hear. Ah, right, okay. I've not heard anything about it. I don't know if that's. I heard the kind of the news headlines a little bit, but I don't know if that's something that's happened very, very recently. So I'll have to have a read a bit later on. But yeah, hope everybody's okay. Ah, right, like that, Southwestern. That does sound good. Do you know, since I've owned that route, I have never done a run from Dover Priory. I've done Ramsgate, but I've never done Dover, so that would certainly be right up my street. Yeah, it's always sad to hear about anything going wrong on the railways. I mean, it's a long, long time since we've had a major accident, fortunately. Yeah, so sorry it's a bit stuttery, this stream. I think I do need to get the do a full run throughout and get the shaders back up to normal. It was kind of running not too bad for me last night, but it's always a bit worse when you're streaming. Certainly is, Delhi. Yeah, it's set in 1986 to be precise. So you've kind of got a slight mixture of coaching stock. So British Rail Blue was very much prevalent at the time, but intercity colours were coming in, and it's basically the same livery that was done for the APT. So you've kind of got a bit of a mixture, and I think that's probably represented on this rate that we're running here. As you can see, we've kind of got about half and half, perhaps slightly more British Rail Blue, and it's. Yeah, definitely right. Yeah, definitely right. There's so much to explore, so many adventures to do. I love having the full Mark 1 buffet car as well, because at this time there was still very, very much a sight on the railway network, and I can remember them well. Yeah, excellent, Southwestern. Yeah, if I remember rightly, like works on Train Sim Classic, as long as you're in the right place. You have to kind of be in the right place at the platform, otherwise I think you can get derailing, can't you? Oh, I know, definitely right. I mean, obviously now it's going to get worse and worse, and all the mods as well. So yeah, it's going to be a huge thing. The only good news is now that I've got this Starlink, and providing it all works well and sets up well, then it should make downloading stuff a lot quicker than I've been used to. And I should be able as well to increase the bit rate on the stream, so you should be able to see an improvement in the quality that's coming through as well, because it's always been the case that the view that I see on my telly's a lot better than what you see on the stream, so hopefully that will make a bit of a difference. Yeah, it's going to be a right pain actually with TSW6. I wish that they could find a way where somehow you could load up the new game 2 or 3 days beforehand and then get everything else installed and then kind of install the new routes. Yeah, I think they're. I think it's an inevitability. I mean, they've obviously been planning on the routes. I think Amaze Taze has heard a whisper as to what the routes are. But of course, he won't tell us. But I think it's been they've been building them since January. They've probably been planning it before then. I don't think Just Trains will, Dally, to be honest. However, as we saw with Preston Carlisle, then there's some very, very talented modders, and of course this is only for PC users, but I think you'll more than likely get a modern day timetable. I know Fluky, who created the one for the Glossop and Hadfield line, is planning one. I'm pretty sure that Josh is planning one as well to do a 2019 timetable. So I think we will have them, and they'll probably try and update it as well, so that you've got a version where it looks a little bit more modern. There's a limit to how you can do that, so you'll still only be able to take the Pendolinos, I think, up to 110 and stuff like that, but it'll be quite a nice compromise. I mean, I personally, I know Dom isn't a massive fan of driving them, but I absolutely love driving the 86. I mean, people often ask me what's my favourite train, and I think, I'll probably say different things at different times, but this is one of my absolute all-time favourites. And it's one that I've spent so much time riding on in real life as well. Oh, good evening, Andy. Yeah, hope you're well. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, actually, to be fair. And I used to do that with Train Sim Classic when I bought a new PC. I didn't. I'd just basically install it, download one new route. And yeah, I'm sure you're probably right, actually. That should work. That's not a bad tip. Well, yeah, that's right, route by route. And certainly we'll be able to go as far as Carlisle. I mean, nobody, although we've got Glasgow Central in the game, I mean, nobody is really planning Carlisle to Glasgow yet, but hopefully that might be a thing. It's a fairly rural route between Carlisle and sort of Carstairs. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, this is very much, an era that I remember, and I can certainly remember standing on Crewe station in 1986, and I was about, what would it have been, sort of 13, 14, so I was allowed to actually go on the train with my mate by then, and we'd go up to Crewe and spend a day train spotting. Yes, absolutely. I know with you and Rachel that obviously this is her primary train, the 86 and the 87s, because that was what she was driving, or drove a lot on the West Coast main line. But yeah, it takes some driving, but I quite enjoy it. I find it easier to drive than some of the diesel trains in many ways. It's the electric part of it just makes it more responsive. And it's just it's kind of more noisy. It's more as I think somebody said on the DTG stream the other day, it's just more mechanical somehow. So it's terrific fun. You've got this kind of little bit of a two track section, and then we go back out to 4 track. I think we're getting over a viaduct here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the weird thing is, I mean, in the kind of the early 1980s, I've just seen the advance notice of the neutral section, so I'll do it this time. I mean, the weird thing is we were slightly bored with British Rail Blue, but I love this livery because it's a throwback to the original electric blue, which, you know, I don't remember seeing in reality. They were all British Rail Blue by then, but I love the lion on the side and the cast plates. Ah, right, you actually have got a 90 that goes via Newton-le-Willows, have you? Now that does sound interesting, actually. Ah, brilliant! Yeah, no, that sounds like a good run. I like the sound of that. Is the 90 a bit more impressive now with the update? I've not given it a go yet. I think we missed Weaver Junction, by the way, there. We just headed off to Liverpool Lime Street. I've read 1 or 2 people saying that they're still not overly convinced about the new improved sounds. And I think as well for PC users, I believe that Alan Thompson is planning on uploading a texture patch as well, which I'll certainly give it a go when that comes out. But yeah, I love the sound of that. That sounds really interesting. Yeah, very much so, yeah. And I think as well, I mean, the Class 101 was such a familiar sight in and around all over the country, but to have another first generation DMU as well, the 108 is going to be so much fun as well. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we know who created that. That's Josh, of course, who you know, regularly frequents the stream as well, and he's been working with Just Trains, or for Just Trains, to get that out. So I think that's amazing news. Good evening, Azza. Oh, I've only just seen you on the stream. Yeah, I'm very well. Yeah, yeah, very well. Yeah, good to hear from you. Yeah, absolutely love that livery. I just love the noise of the whole thing. It's just, I don't know. It's just the sound of my childhood, as far as I'm concerned, and you know, everything from the whine of the electric motors to the noise of the brakes coming on. It just takes me back instantly. I'm in my teens. Now that I see a landmark over there. Oh, you can see Fiddler's Ferry in the background, I think, there. Look at that huge structure over there. I'm not 100% sure what it is. But yeah, it all fits in so well, doesn't it? And, you know, with Blackpool branches, we can already do Ormskirk through to Blackpool South and stuff. And it's just a whole feeling that we've got a real network going on. There might be Southwestern. I hope it's not too bad. And I'm hoping this will be the last time that you will experience drop frames, because after today, it's all come yesterday in the post, the Starlink dish and everything. So I'm hoping we might have it up and running for Sunday. No, I've got no, it's saying there's no drop frames on here, but sometimes it works a little bit behind. It's definitely a bit stuttery. But yeah, just try refreshing the stream if you. No, it's not so much that. No, it's fairly minimal. But this is incredible, isn't it? This industrial landscape coming in towards Warrington Bank Quay. But yeah, I'll be totally honest. I mean, we've been running on a wing and a prayer really over the last couple of years, because my broadband connection it's absolutely testing it to the limits. It has been for ages. So just being able to go out and run it better. I mean, this Starlink thing will make a huge difference. Should be able to actually increase the bit rate massively, because that's the issue. It's really at the sort of at the top end, you know. It's more or less been struggling constantly. But I love how industrial this route is, and you know, you look at Preston, Carlisle, and it's a thing of beauty going through the Lake District, and the area. Some of this, you get some fairly nice scenery, but in the main, it's just really, really industrial throughout. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was a slightly random choice from me in terms of picking the journey, but I think most trains actually do stop at both stations, really, Warrington Bank Quay and Wigan North Western. So I'm sure when we go on Sunday, we'll be doing that without any shadow of doubt. And it's nice as well that, you know, at Wigan you've got the you've got Wigan Wallgate built, as well as having Wigan North Western. Yeah, so it is stuttery, but then this is the first time I've actually done a full run from Preston to Carlisle, so I'm hoping that side of things will settle down as well. do enjoy this notching up. It's it takes a bit of getting used to, but it's fairly straightforward. Now when we get to Preston, we'll have a go at doing an MGR hopper wagon service as well. And I'm not going to like sit and go through the whole coal loading, because it takes a good half an hour, I think, to load the full train. But we'll sort of do that for a few minutes, and then we'll carry on with the fully loaded train. But we'll see how we go on with unloading. I've not tried that yet at the other end. Speaking of which, there's a class 20 on a coal working, and that's loaded as well there. Try and get a few brakes on for the 80 slowdown. I think that's a steel working, isn't it, there, with an 86 on the front. I mean, I think ultimately I don't think this PC will work for me in the long run, because you know, the game's just going to get more and more enhanced. We're going to get even better DLC, but it's kind of like, well, the first thing was, let's sort the internet connection out. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one thing about this route, it is not a passenger, just solely a passenger. I mean, here's another coal working. Oh no, parcels. This is parcels with a 47. Yeah, it's very much the industrial heartland of the northwest. But I think to you know, to really get good frame rates on this route, you probably do need you know, a decent end PC that's you know, pretty much up to scratch. I reckon those two block buildings there on the right, I think they are the ventilation shafts. So we used to have a massive colliery not far from where we used to live in Trentham, in Stoke-on-Trent, which was called Hem Heath Colliery. It was a super pit, and they used to have one of those, I remember. From a driving perspective as well, even when you're driving an electric like this, there is plenty to see and do. With and the speed limits at, oh, there's the neutral section. So we'll have to wait for that to go down before we apply the motors again. In fact, it's 6 years old. I bought it in 2020, which was just, I at the just before COVID hit. It was kind of like at the time it was like I kind of sensed that we weren't going to be going out very much, so I wanted to get that fixed up. But that's 6 years ago now, so it's pretty old. As I say, this will be worse than it will be on Sunday, I think, because this is our first full run end to end, so we haven't got the shaders properly loaded in yet. So that will improve it. But I love all the detail that Just Trains have put in, things like the bridges and stuff as well. Again, there's nothing generic about the stuff that they've used, and all this sort of 1980s factories, and probably a lot of it's gone now. I think it's super good as well that they've actually included the branch out to Newton Le Willows, and I think that's because of the access to one of the power stations, if I understand it rightly. But again, they've made an effort to make this not just Crewe to Preston. It's a bit of a network in its own right. I mean, weirdly, I do know that with Trent Valley, when I loaded that up, that seems to have been I mean, it's perhaps not so demanding overall, but they seem to have done something with the optimization that seemed to run really, really pretty good right from the first run. It's definitely a bit stuttery at the moment, which I'm sure is coming through to you watching. Yeah, and again, you know, there's loads of like old, grainy old videos from the, you know, sort of the VHS era. So, you know, not super high quality, and they've obviously used a lot of reference books as well. There's loads of books about capturing this era, and many thousands of photos have been taken. So they've had a great amount of material, I guess, to do certain things. I'd like to kind of run it through for a full run yesterday and given it a chance to do its shader thing, but I just didn't quite have the time yesterday. But yeah, the very, I mean, it's a passion project for Just Trains, isn't it? They not only want to sell a route that is going to hopefully be bought by a huge amount of people, but they also it's a passion project for them. They absolutely love getting it right as well. And you know, things like having signal boxes that you can actually go in and explore. Yeah, well, I think the smoothest. I mean, it should run smooth, really. It's again, it's, as I say, it's partly about the spec of the PC, and also partly the fact, you know, in my case here, that this is the first full run I've done. But I think it's an ever-growing list of trains that you drive as well. So it's getting better and better by the day. And I think I do still like Train Sim Classic, but you're getting to the point where the graphics just don't feel as impressive. And okay, playing on this, the graphics don't feel as good as on like that running train, which again I've not really had a chance to play again over the last couple of weeks, but it's interesting in its own right. Oh, there's some more HAA coal wagons. I mean, there's some of the Train Sim Classic routes that have been done in more recent times that do feel as though kind of better than the older ones. I mean, the Great Eastern one for that Alan Thompson's team have done is pretty decent. Those are the old gas towers, aren't they, there? And again, you just don't see them around nowadays, but used to be such a common sight. Yeah, it really is, and you just feel as though you're actually there, don't you? It almost makes Train Sim World look graphically not the best. Here's Wigan North Western. I feel as though we should have G Loves Trains at the end of the platform here. So again, probably Sunday when we're doing another stream, we'll have a look. But Wigan Wallgate's over there somewhere. It's only a little bit further up. No, I'm not actually Southwestern. This is actually not the Les Ross one. It's similar. Now this was built. This was reskinned in the 80s because it was celebrating so many years since Intercity came in. And it basically was trying to replicate the original livery. It was a bit controversial at the time because it was actually painted in not like electric blue like the original trains were. And Les Ross has got a better colour for that. It's supposed to be lighter, more striking blue, and this is more like British Rail blue. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities because they both have the that lion's crest. But if you look at the pictures of the colour photos of these 86s and the original electrics in the 60s, they were in this livery. I mean, it's a little bit before I was born, to be honest, because I was born in the early 70s, and British Rail Blue became much more of a regular, was more of a regular sight. I don't remember the old electric blue and the very start of the electrified railway in the 60s. Pete might do when he joins us. Yeah, so a little bit tortuous in terms of the stuttering, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be as bad as this. Yeah, the 70 is going to be great, and we're getting a whole new timetable for Middle and Main Line, aren't we, with the cross-country 170 and the Voyager as well, so that's going to be quite interesting. Yeah, at the moment it kind of keeps thinking on us though it wants to run normally, but then it's let me just try something in the settings, because it really is quite bad on this this route at the moment. Let's turn tell you what, let's turn that down to medium or something, see if that makes any difference. Good evening, Pete. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, I hope you're well. Yes, the Starlink dishes turned up, by the way, yesterday, but I haven't had a chance to get it installed. I'm hoping we might be up and running with it for Sunday, all being well. That worked out well, though. Good timing. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good day. Good evening, Bob. Yeah, just watching a TV show from my youth before coming on. Yeah, I only bought it last night, and yeah, absolutely loving it. Really, it's as I say, I think because I haven't done a proper route, it's given me a few problems with the stuttering, but hopefully once we've done a couple of runs on it, it'll be all right after that. What TV show were you watching? I'm intrigued. Oh, of course, yeah. You did say you might not be able to join us Sunday, didn't you? Well, enjoy your time in Yorkshire, and I believe I think Brian actually is going to be missing on Sunday as well. He's at the cricket in Worcester, I think I'm right in saying. Oh, you can tell here where there used to be another track alongside us. You could see all the marks there. All right, Power Rangers seasons 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, certainly did, Southwestern. Yeah, I thought we played really well, actually. Very pleased, and we looked slightly dodgy defensively, but we've got so many attacking players, and I think it's great what strength in depth we've got in the squad now. We can bring players on, and we look really, really, really good. And that was a hard match as well. And it's not often that we've beaten a team in the top 15 in the FIFA rankings with that amount of ease. It was a very, very impressive performance. Yeah, that's been it. Funnily enough, the Calder Valley line is a route that people have often asked for in Train Sim Classic from time to time. I just love the extra screen that you get with, you know, these older locos. It's everything's just that bit quieter, not quite so noisy as it used to be. Oh crikey! I'm going to have nobody watching Sunday. No Dom, no Pete, probably no Brian. My word! Anybody would think it was holiday time. Oh, that sounds amazing though, to be honest, Dom. And I do know Oban. I've been to Oban. It's been camping there with me brother a few years back. Very, very nice place. Absolutely beautiful. Right, we need to get some brakes on here. You need to speed quite badly. Yeah, I forget where the Calder Valley line actually runs to. I think you got places like, oh, I pressed emergency by mistake. Oh, that's a nuisance. I hope that doesn't cost us. I think we might be alright. I don't think it'll bring us to a halt. Ah, right, great name. I like that. Oban. Fantastic. But yeah, it's an amazing place. We camped on a site right next to the right at the heart of it, right next to the water. It was a lovely little campsite actually, and that's a few years ago now. You can't beat camping actually. I mean, it's a few years since me and my brother have gone, but it's lovely being able to get up in the morning and cook yourself breakfast on the stove and just chill out. It's a lovely experience. So yeah, have a fabulous time. I wonder what time we're supposed to be arriving in. Does it give us a time? Oh, it doesn't give us a time, so that helps a bit. Yes, you've got is it Exton? I mean, I used to think it was pronounced Euxton, but I think it's something like pronounced Exton, isn't it? I remember it on that Train Sim Classic route from You've got Leyland as well. It might be Leyland. Which again, a great name from the kind of the 70s and the 80s. I noticed as well we seem to have the I didn't show it at Crewe, but I think we have the old Leyland National Bus as well at Crewe, and I think you had them painted in what was called Crosville colours, I seem to remember, which was like the cross-country national kind of bus services. Oh, it'd be a lovely. It's a lovely trip up there, though, in its own right. And you know, even the bit, well, as you know, with the train sim route, but even the bit going through the lakes is lovely. But then beyond that, it's even more stunning. Oh, excellent! But once you get going, though, it kind of doesn't matter. Wow, 33 years old this year. Crikey O'Reilly. I think I broke me my train, haven't I? Hang on. I think I need to do that reset thing. I mean, a lot of the buildings are probably the sort of stuff that have been used on Train Sim Classic, like that one there over there with the warehousey stuff, but it certainly does the job. Good evening, Jet. I didn't know anything about it, to be honest, but they have mentioned it, and it sounds as though it's not the nicest of things. Well, I'll have a read once we get to the end of the stream, but just fingers crossed that everybody emerges from it safely, and that everybody's all right. That's always the concern, because it's been quite a few years since we've had a significant passenger train accident. So let's hope everybody's okay. But hope you're well, though, Jet. Right, there you go. Yeah, again, I would never have guessed that in a million years. That'd have been right. So that's Fardingsworthy, and you were saying, well, it's actually pronounced Wolsery. Great. Yeah, definitely, Jet. Yeah, definitely so. And I know that, and again, I don't know anything about it, but the modern trains, that is one good thing about them, that they're very much built to withstand these things better than some of the older trains of the past were. So fingers crossed for everybody. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, really enjoying this route. Yeah, definitely, Pete. Yeah, we could do a whole string of them, really. But like when we had the conversation the other week, I'm always fascinated by the sheer interest. I mean, again, if you're not English and you're trying to learn the language, you've got an absolute nightmare, haven't you? Trying to get your head around some of these things, just impossible. So we're going to have a change in pace once we get to Preston. We're going to take the merry-go-round hopper service. We're going to do a pair of Class 20s, and we're going to start off at the colliery. So I think this part of the route, the last couple of miles, was of course included on Blackpool branches, because you do rejoin the West Coast Main Line from Ormskirk, don't you, for the last bit into Preston. And you got all sorts of stuff going on here as well. Or is this the junction here coming up? I think it is. Yeah, there you go, and there's a pacer, which has probably just come from Ormskirk. Well, I got some brakes on here actually for the 35. But very much looking forward to trying out Starlink anyway, and the one thing I should be able to do is increase the bit rate. And I mean, it is stuttery for me even driving it here. So, but I think that's mainly to do with the fact that it's my first full run. So, hopefully, once we got the shadows, whatever it's called, the shading loaded in properly, then it should run a lot better. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And again, you know, one day when we've got one of these merged routes, it would be fantastic if we can just carry on. And I've said before, but if we could actually do a run through Milton Keynes, then I mean, with this section of the line, it's not so bad, because most services actually do stop at all the stations. I mean, I've picked one that goes non-stop, but most of them do actually stop at both Warrington, Quay and Wigan North Western. I saw something on the forums as well about, I didn't realise then, but I presume as of the chap, I think you call, what do you call him, Muffer, is it, or something like that? I take it that's the same bloke then that's the train sim check. I didn't realise it was one and the same. But it looks as though he's making great advances. He's basically saying the merged Brighton Main Line and the East Coastway should be able to be released fairly soon. I mean, the purists will moan about, and you could probably turn it down, but they'll say you would only hear that in the coach. You wouldn't hear that in the cab of the loco. But you know, personally speaking, I know Pete doesn't always agree about the announcements, but I would. I personally quite like that touch, and like we were saying a bit earlier on, it's nice that they made the effort to make it sound as though it's actually a person talking and not some automatic recording. And I've not checked, but I presume that basically Preston here is the same as it is on Blackpool branches. But yeah, Journey's End at Preston. And hopefully on Sunday I'm potentially going to do a Crewe to Blackpool North, I think. So that'll be quite nice to do. Yes, that is true actually. Yeah, I think Rivet were like the first. I mean, people have, you know, criticised Rivet games, but oh, we're all right, aren't we? I think just about. I'm getting worried then that we weren't going to stop, but we've stopped. I think Rivet Games were the first to do it, and then they put the announcement said on 5 Circle as well on the 170. Oh, I know what it might be. I was just going to say, there we go. So there's always plenty going on at Preston. We got something coming in, I think. Well, there we go. That's the end of the run anyway. Yeah, that they started it out, and that they were the first to do announcements. And I think at the time people said, "Well, if they are doing announcements, why aren't you doing it on all the other routes?" And but it took a while, but we're gradually getting there. Good to see. I mean, I haven't checked them all out, but good to see all the updates that have come out this week as well. And we've actually got passengers once again at London Euston. I mean, again, not exactly shed loads of them, but we've got some. So that's the first one. Yeah, I think again that chap the Trades and Community chap is considering something like that. And I think kind of merging West Coast Main Line South and Trent Valley, it's definitely on his radar, but I think he says he doesn't actually own Trent Valley at the moment. So hopefully that'll be something he'll do. Okay, quick break, and then we'll load the game up, and then we'll move on to the merry-go-round hopper run. Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten Bob, to be honest. But yeah, you're dead right. And I mean, I must have a proper go on Bernina line because I kind of haven't really since I've had it. And I did that Arosa line at Christmas and the snow, and I thought that was just nice. kind of driving something again a little bit more mechanical, and I quite enjoyed that. Although I know the scenery in Bernina Line is a lot better, really. I think you said, didn't you, that you would like some of the Welsh narrow gauge lines. I'm not, to be honest, Southwestern. No. What's going on with Jeremy Clarkson? Something train orientated, was it? Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Bernina Line, aren't you? And I know that it really does show off the scenery in that part of the world very, very nicely. And again, that was built by Rivet as well, wasn't it? So yeah, Rivet, they have done some nice routes. I think a lot of the time the issues have been over them not being given enough time, and I think Five Circle was a case in point. Maybe they just over promised about how quickly they could build the routes. Ah, right. Oh, I see. Ah, I didn't know that. That's a massive shame. But no, I didn't know anything about that. I hope it's solvable for him. Now, I was having a bit of a play on the MGR hopper stuff last week, so we're going to do a pair of Class 20s. I think we'll do just British Rail Blue ones this time. I'll do the ones that I kind of remember more than anything, I think. Now, a lot of them are labelled 7077. That is one thing I've noticed for the MGR hoppers. Now, it starts off at like 1 o'clock in the morning, but that's kind of too early. So we'll start off with 0849. Load this empty coal wagon. We're not going to do the whole thing on this because it'll take 42 minutes, but we'll do a few minutes of loading, and then once we've done that, we'll move on to probably do part 3, really. Yeah, I think hopes were high after they brought out some of these things, and then kind of disappointment dipped again when the next things came out. But they did a good job though with Riviera Line, didn't they? And I think because of the downgrading quality, and people were a bit reluctant about Rivet Game stuff, that they tended to let them work on products in the background without kind of actively promoting the fact that it's been done by Rivet Games. I love the fact that on Bernina Line as well, that and a Rosa Line, you have got a speed control that works as well, haven't you? Because otherwise you'd be going downhill in those gradients and you would have absolutely no chance. So this is very much something that I remember. I've loaded up the wrong part of the scenario for a start. We want it unloaded. Wait a minute. Oh, I know, very much so. Yeah, 2 weeks running with Trent Valley. And I mean, the thing is, there's not huge. I mean, we've got Class 70 coming out. We don't know when Cumbrian Coast is going to come out. We've got the, hopefully, we've got the extension for Mildmay Line quite soon. But other than that, I mean, there's going to be a bit of a lull between now and sort of September time when TSW6 comes out, but I think it's funny that they've actually packed these in so close together. Right, let's try again with this, because I've loaded the wrong one up. Yeah, so 70, 77. Yeah, load. That's what. I'm sure that's what I pressed before, but maybe not. Two. Yeah, it definitely says load. Ah, right, okay. I mean, the one good thing about it is it will get people's attention to it, and it might make people go out and get tested. I mean, same thing happened with I'm trying to think of his name now. The BBC Breakfast presenter from a few years back. Right, this is more like it. Yeah, here we go. We've got an empty. See all the coal stacked up on the side. So essentially, I mean, these are all the these HAA wagons. Oh, we got a bit of blurry textures there, didn't we? And they're all completely empty. So you've got a whole stack of coal there. Love how industrial this all feels. And then you've got this thing over here. So basically they all come through on a conveyor belt. And then they actually end up coming through into the wagons, which you'll see a little chute thing in the middle here. That'll deposit as the coal once we get going. Right, let's get the train set up then. This is Parkside Colliery. Now, oh, it's over there, and I was forgetting where it was. Alright, so we'll get some headlights on. So I think the mistake I made last night is, I mean, the speed set's obviously over here, but I was doing it a little bit too much, because it takes about 5 minutes even to get to the end at 1 mile an hour. So we'll go slightly faster. Takes a while to get the brakes off. So you just keep an eye on the... Actually... It's like back to front there, isn't it? It's seat that middle gauge. There we go. Right, so now we're here. Let's... I think we need to... It should more or less hold our speed now. As you can see, 1 mile an hour is incredibly slow. So the whole thing takes about 42 minutes to load the whole train, so we're not going to actually go through and do that because we'll be absolutely here all night. I think if I do a video of a full run, I think I might just speed this bit up and actually do it in fast speed. Right, here we go. Try and get a decent view of it. So some people might say this is like watching paint dry, but personally I think it's amazing. Yeah, I think there's one or two nuances, but I think I haven't tried it at as much as 3 mile an hour. It might be all right. Yeah, that might be something that's worth trying. That would be a bit quicker anyway, certainly. So I love the fact that it only detects once we go over, which is great, I think. But we will start filling up in a minute. But this is something I've been absolutely wanting to do for ages, and I think you know, there was such an everyday sight on the railway network, so to be able to load coal like this, I think is amazing. Yeah, I know what you mean, Bob. Yeah, it's kind of a nuance. I did it slightly too early, but I kind of prefer that than have half the train go through. Here we go. Yeah, you could probably, I don't know whether the train or the wagon is necessary. You could probably put a passenger coach through here, southwest, and you probably find it would still tip coal all over it. But I love how it, again, you know, it literally detects the fact that there's no wagon there, and then once it gets to the edge, here we go. I mean, some people will say the animation's not 100%, but it certainly does the job. And as you can see, we've got a heck of a long way to go in terms of getting the whole train loaded. Let's just try from perhaps a different angle. Come on. Oh, here we go. Oh, I was a bit too impatient, wasn't I? But I'll tell you what, let's go over here. I presume you more or less go away, have a cup of coffee, and let it do its magic. I mean, there you feel as though the train's passed over the wagon, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time. Here we go. Do a couple more, and then we'll actually drive the train to Fiddler's Ferry. Yeah, but you probably could go slightly faster, I guess, yeah. But it's got speed control on, so it's kind of limited us to fairly slow anyway. Yeah, possibly, Chris. Oh, I hope you're well. There's something on Midland Main Line as well, one of the yards as well. Tees Valley, I should say. But there's a couple of routes. But this is the first time we've had a proper merry-go-round hopper working. I mean, if you're being totally pedantic, you'll say, well, you can kind of see the bit rising up from the bottom before the stuff goes in, but you know, it gives you the effect anyway. But yeah, hope you're well, Chris. I'll tell you what, let's just, I don't know, for want of something different, let's try it from this angle. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, Tar, really enjoying this route. It's lovely to have something so old school to play at. I mean, I assume if you were sitting in the cab of the loco, you'd be. It's basically cup of coffee time. Nothing much is going to happen. Right, we're going to do one more, and then we'll go and take the train on, as it were. But as you can see, the train goes on for a fair old way. I mean, actually, we've made quite good progress. I can't quite believe it would take 42 minutes to load the whole thing, but apparently that's what it is. I love all this stuff over here as well. And I think those are the ventilation shafts, because I remember a lot of this stuff at Hemheath Colliery, which was a super pit near to me in Stoke-on-Trent. But yeah, brilliant. Love that. So we'll carry on then, and we'll do the next bit of the run. But I've been wanting to do that for years, to be honest, and to have those HAA wagons, which I remember were all around in the 80s, the 90s. I don't think they use them now, do they? I'm not 100% sure. Of course, there aren't that many collieries around nowadays. Of course, that used to be all over the shop. So 77. As you can see, you can basically spend the whole of your life practically running around with this service. So what do we want to do now? Yeah, so we're going to do The next bit, Latchford sidings to Fiddler's Ferry, where you will unload the train. So I don't know whether we're gonna do the whole journey, but we'll see. And again, we might not unload the whole thing because, again, it probably takes ages, but at least if we can see the effect of it starting to happen. Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, again, it's just so engaging. It really is exciting stuff. And you could smell it. You could almost smell it. It's that exciting. And you can certainly hear it as well. Let's get some brakes off. So actually we waited about 20 seconds. Oh, we got a semaphore signal as well. I mean, it's just, you know, totally different than driving... the signal's up. Yeah, we're okay. Oh, there's one of... Oh, there's some of those Leyland National buses. Crikey, I remember them. Of course, the Pacer came out of those. They are really, really nicely modelled, actually. They look really good. Right, so we go a little bit faster this time. Right, okay, yeah, so you can still do it at 3 miles an hour, can you? That's good, yeah. So that'll do it a bit quicker. I'll try and remember that. And is that on speed control set 2 or 1? Or does it make any difference? Love the clag off the engine as well. I mean, it's like, you know, you can actually... you know, don't get me wrong, I enjoy driving a Pendolino. I enjoy, you know, even driving an Evero. But there's something really, really special about being able to drive something as old school as this. Right, is that what it means? Got you. I didn't know that, Bob. Yeah, two means there's two locos, yeah. Ah, brilliant, Southwestern. Yeah, that sounds really good. I hope I can give that a run, actually. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, love the sounds. That throaty sound. Ah, right, I'll remember that, Bob. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Look at all that stuff going on as well. This is Warrington we're coming towards, isn't it? Yeah, one thing I have noticed, and I did notice this last night, but stopping this thing is an absolute nuisance. Take some stopping if you're going downhill. Wow, look at this. Is that... Where's that? Is that Newton Le Willows? Or is that Warrington? No, this is Warrington, isn't it? Yeah, I will say that if we get an adverse signal, then there's a fair old chance I might spad. Throw my brakes off here. Actually thinking about it, I've pulled the brakes off, but mind you, yeah, no, we are brakes off. Tell you what. Yeah, I'll see. I mean, if it's doable in like 10-15 minutes, then perhaps I can load the whole train up next time. That might be something I could do. Just loving the detail as well, and all the long grass and the you know, that real industrial feel about it. There's nothing clean and efficient about this. This is kind of like very, very workmanlike, but important as well. Look at that as well. I love that, like a dismantled building, you know, sort of completely dishevelled off. Oh, like that, that's great, love that. Wow. There's an empty one. mean, you could almost have a screenshot competition in its own right with some of this stuff going through here. There's just so much to see. And there are some routes as well. I mean, there are, you know, I mean, I'm loving I like the Trent Valley, and it's very, very nice, but it's mainly end to end, and I mean, really, it's serving a means to an end with the you know, the fact that we could then go on to Euston. But with this, you could just imagine absolutely playing this for hours and hours and hours, and you'd be completely entertained. Ah, right, fantastic. Yeah. So how long did that take you then? Was that about 10 minutes or so? So I wonder if the 40 odd minutes is allegedly, supposedly, is that because of the waiting time at the end, or is it the fact that it's like a complete run but it's accommodated for? But it sounds like it's doable anyway. Oh, we're going to have a job on it. Oh no, we're all right there. Ah, fine, yeah, great. Ah, right, okay, well, hopefully then we'll do another of these runs on Sunday, and we'll go full pelt on that. We'll actually... Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Oh, you nuisance. Yeah, I don't think it's going to bring us to a halt anyway. Just need to get me power up, and then we'll go up that way. All right, fantastic. Yeah. Oh, that's good to know then. Yeah, because I honestly thought it would take the full 40 odd minutes, and I suppose doing it at 1 mile an hour it probably would, but yeah, going at 3 mile an hour, then you rattle through them quite nicely. And you can see Fiddler's Ferry in the distance there coming up, only 2 miles away, but you could see the huge infrastructure, all those cooling towers as well. And again, there used to be one only a few miles away from where we lived growing up in Stoke-on-Trent. It was near Barliston Station. Which, if you know the route on Trainsim Classic, where you go from Stoke towards Stafford, you go Wedgwood, then Barliston, and it was just a little bit beyond there, but long since demolished. Yeah, I was wondering that. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could well be. I was just surprised, actually. I mean, as far as I know, they didn't really do a massive amount of this stuff on the DTG stream. So I suppose it was kind of like, well, perhaps people just want to go out and experience it and enjoy it. And sometimes it's nice to get a taste for doing things rather than things to explore once it's come out. They always used to run as double headers, these things. Words just fail me, to be honest. It's so amazing to see the sight of that. Don't know whether we need some... Oh, I didn't mean to put the wipers on. Oh. It'll take me an age now to get it back. That's it, stop. Thank you. But yeah, I have to say, without any shadow of doubt, worth every penny of the... it was £30, wasn't it? And they've done an amazing job. And I know that, you know, it's going to be quite demanding, and I'm guessing the console users are probably struggling, and I'm struggling a bit. But I'm hoping that once I've run it a few times, that it'll be a bit smoother, all being well. So, I mean, I've only got to get down to 15, but I hope I've allowed enough time, because you put your brakes on and it's like sponge. See, the brakes take forever to actually make any difference. That is coming off, we're alright. Problem now, I've got down to the 15, and now it's maintaining the speed. One thing you do feel when you're driving the Class 20 is you're lacking in power. I can't remember if there's any 47 runs with the for the MGRs, or whether they're solely for the Class 20, but I've not tried that out yet. Get some throttle off now. There's Fiddler's Ferry in all its glory. And now we're kind of going towards, well, we're not too far off from the sidings. We've got stopping 0.7 of a, well, 0.6 of a mile as well. Yeah, I'll have to have a look out for that. That might be a different experience as well. You would imagine with more power that it might be slightly easier to control, although these 20s were very much a common sight on these workings. Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, I remember them saying that was one of the features that they wanted to make sure was put in for the 47. Don't normally go in for these things, but when we get to the stop board, I might just think about taking a photo. Yeah, I feel a photo coming on soon. Want to be alongside those cooling towers. That's the idea. But yeah, I'll have to give the 47 a go, and then of course we'll unload by it'll drop the deposits from the a little catch will catch each wagon, and it'll drop the contents down below. Wow, look at this. I'm loving this. Look at the huge complex as well. Yeah, go 3 mile an hour for unloading, okay. Go a bit faster actually, can't we? We'll just have a go at just see if we can do a decent photo here. It feels as though we might be able to get something quite decent. What can we get? It's a shame it's on a straight bit actually, but let's see what we can get. Yeah, perhaps need to go a bit further on, I think. Yeah, that's what we need. Hang on, photo mode. Let's try, see what we can do. Yeah, let's try that. There's probably better ones as well, but do one more. Sorry, I don't want to keep taking your time up with doing photos, but it's like the opportunities are just kind of like so lovely. There we go. I love how we got a digger on top of that heap of coal as well. When passing Earl Sands, a 1.85 descent and a red signal, yeah. Well, I can assure you that if there's any prospect of going wrong, I mean, that sounds actually majorly bad downhill. And this thing is very, very difficult to stop anyway. So there's a strong chance that we will go wrong. I've just realised, actually, have we gone past the stop mark at, say, 380 yards plus now? I've gone past it, haven't I? Yeah, I think I've gone too far. Anyway, we'll obviously carry on round, won't we? So maybe we're okay. I should have stopped. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very, very difficult. Yeah, I think I should have stopped ages ago. Oh, I see. Right, gotcha. So what you're saying is, although it suggests that we're going farther away, once we've gone round the corner, we'll start getting closer again. I thought I'd missed it. Yeah, I see. I'm going to get some speed up again because 15 mile an hour is slow enough, but if we don't try and do it, we will be here all day. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, Just Trains could have created this as a route in its own right. You know, building Crewe to Preston with all the mileage that's involved in that is one thing, but they could easily have set this up as a separate route, couldn't they? That's not red, is it? Yeah, we're all right. It's yellow, isn't it? And maybe the novelty will wear off, but I can't remember having as much fun as this on Trains of the World. This is amazing, and I really enjoyed, you know, the other day doing a full run from Crewe to London Euston and back, and that was fantastic. But this is just something just totally different. Right, yeah, I see now. So we're counting down to the stop marker now is we are getting reduced again, but that's, yeah, obviously that's because of the loop that's involved. We literally are going, well, I mean, it is a merry-go-round. We are literally, it feels like going round in circles. You tend to get a bit trigger happy though with this thing. I'm just a bit worried that we'll have a problem when we get there. But again, it's trying to notice your brakes, and they are under some sort of control. Yeah, that would be interesting, Bob. Yeah. Well, that's the stop car marker there, isn't it? Oh, it means the one right in front of the building, doesn't it? I'm assuming you have to be absolutely. I was going to say bob on, but apologies, Bob, for that. Right, it's given us okay there. So, again, just having a look at the in here. So, that's where we deposit the coal. And there are like catches that will actually, as we go along, we'll empty the contents and then reload them again. Right, okay, so we now want to get the brakes off. Yeah, it'd be quite nice to do it on a modern day working. I mean, you know, different wagons, different feeling, but that would be good. Did they name Drax after the James Bond character? Right, so we'll go at 3 miles an hour. Right, so let's see the magic happen here now. So we've deposited the coal, we've picked it up, and we're going to start unloading now. funny thing is, we seem to be making the sound and depositing it, but we aren't actually doing it at the moment. Ah, okay. Yeah, is that getting lower then? Ah, right, okay. Yeah, you can see there it's dropped it. I'm doing 1 mile an hour again, aren't I? Coal to Gasworks, yeah. Right, so that's nearly deposited. I mean, the thing is, that even looks like, it doesn't look flat, does it? It looks like it could be coal. Oh, there we go. It's gone. Wow. Jump back in the cab again. So, what am I not doing right here? Oh, let's knock that off for a second. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh, is the speed select on the throttle, is it? Ah, okay. I haven't quite realised that then. Okay. It's kind of like more dramatic when you're loading it, but I take it that again they can't just unload a whole heap of coal in one fell swoop. Just see that magic moment where it actually drops the entire content. Yeah, we'll sort that out in a minute anyway, but I just want to see one where we can actually physically see it drop down completely. Oh yeah, you can see it going. No, that's the shadow actually. See, there's not much left in there now. Oh, there's a bit left in there actually. Oh, that one's empty. Okay, right, right. So what you were saying is rear of cab. Oh, I see. Speed selector 1. Right, got you. I think, yeah. 3. Yeah, I see, I think. Is that right? Right, throttle should be in, yeah, slow speed position. Yeah, see, got it. Yeah, I understand. The brakes off. Got a bit of wheel slip up to now. We're in speed set 2, aren't we? Just want to get the thing moving. Right, that's moving. Then yeah, once we get up to 3, and I'll move it back to right, now I'll move it back to slow speed position. That should hold us now, shouldn't it? So yeah, so we've got the back of the train. As you can see, the back few cars have still got are still fully loaded. Yeah, it certainly is very long. Yeah, I can't help wondering actually now whether we, with this unloading, whether we might be going too fast and it might actually not deposit all of the. Yeah, are we going to actually leave, or is there some bits? No, this is just normal track, isn't it? So we might actually be ending up going through having not deposited all of our coal. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, do you reckon maybe 3 miles an hour for the unloading might be too fast? Because I don't think we're doing the job here. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I reckon that, yeah, I think for that part of the journey, it's probably 3 miles an hour is too fast for unloading by the looks of it. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Hopeless, weren't they? Absolutely hopeless. Can't blame the driver. Yeah. So that's me hunch anyway. I reckon that as far as that goes, that you have to go a bit slower unloading. But a bit more practice might be needed on that. I'll have to read up on that. Might be something to have a look at the manual for. Okay, well, I think I'm going to give it a rest there anyway, because it was only a quick look, but absolutely blown away by that. I think this idea of loading and unloading coal is absolutely amazing, and it's like nothing else in the game. Yes, indeed, yeah. Well, they're called merry-go-round, aren't they? For a reason, we go round and round and round and round and round and round again. But yeah, there's plenty more to read up on. I think the ones at the very front were all right, if I remember rightly. But I think that maybe 1 mile an hour might be as fast as we can go. Yeah, there you are. You see, we've got completely empty, completely empty, completely empty. Oh no, they weren't. So it's either a bug with the game or it's my inefficient driving, which I suspect it was me rather than the game. But yeah, thanks for giving me a guide on how to use the speed selector anyway, because I was fairly clueless about that. But what a fabulous route. I mean, we'll obviously do a lot more on Sunday. I'm sure we'll do another MGR hopper run, but there's plenty more freight, plenty more passenger, and you could easily fill about 10 streams with this, because it is absolutely amazing. So I hope you enjoyed it anyway. A little bit of a first look. I could do it just loading it up and trying to get the thing running a bit more smoothly as well. But hope you enjoyed it anyway. And thank you very much for everybody that's joined. And if you are watching for the first time, if you would consider liking and subscribing, that'd be tremendously appreciated. Yeah, Brill, Dom, have a fabulous time camping in Oban. That'd be lovely, and enjoy your canoeing as well. That sounds great. And yeah, thank you very much. We're going to enjoy it, and yeah, plenty more to look forward to. And I say, all being well, on Sunday we'll have the Starlink up and running as well. So I'm hoping I might be able to increase the bit rate as well, which will improve on the things like the frame rate dropping and all that stuff. So it should be a bit more of a healthy stream in that respect as well. So yeah, brilliant, Pete. Yeah, absolutely loved that. And as I say, they could easily, Just Trains, have created a route just based on those merry-go-round hopper workings in its own right. But to build that and build the whole of Crewe to Preston on top of it, no wonder it took so long. I bet they're absolutely shattered though, having put all the work in to get that working, to get the timetable working. But it's clearly a very, very, very good job. So yeah, thank you very much. You'll see me again on Sunday. Those of you that aren't on holiday, that is. But yeah, there we go. So yes, I'd say if you haven't done it before, consider liking and subscribing. That'd be tremendously appreciated. But apart from that, until next time, from Powerflower Trains and Planes, it is for now a good night and a very good evening and a good weekend to you.